Hey everybody, Kevin Skinner here from FoxForce5News.com. Welcome to the recap show. Hopefully going to put one of these out every Friday to go over stuff that we put out on the website throughout the week and anything else that we might have missed or haven't gotten time to get to. I'll elaborate a little bit on in this show. We're going to start these recap shows by kicking off the reviews from the last week that were published on the site. The first thing that we have up that we need to talk about is the 40th anniversary edition of Up in Smoke on Blu-ray. It's been 40 years since Up in Smoke hit theaters in the late 70s. Checked out the Blu-ray. It's got a great new special feature on there that looks like it was filmed recently with Tommy Chong and Cheech Marin looking just old as hell, reminiscing about the making of the film. And they talk a little bit about how the landscape of marijuana culture has changed since then, and how it was a scarier time. It was much more taboo in the late 70s, especially in terms of like the policing of marijuana. Obviously, I was wondering if the film Up in Smoke would translate or be as funny because of that 40 years later. I watched it, checked out the special features. It is funny still. Surprisingly, not a ton of pot humor actually in Up in Smoke. There obviously is some. You would need some for a movie with Cheech and Chong in it. But the movie holds up. It's actually even funnier than I saw it. God, I was a kid the last time I think I watched it on VHS with my friends. Stole a copy from my stepdad. Loved it back then. I think it's better now. I probably didn't understand a lot of the humor or nuances of Cheech and Chong's humor back then. I do now. It's great. I give it 4.5 out of 5. It's available this week to own. Definitely check out Up in Smoke 40 years later. Blu-ray must have. The next review that we have up on the site is from a movie that came out last weekend called A Quiet Place. Mark reviewed it on the site and he gave it 4 out of 5. I actually went to see this movie with Mark in theaters, and I would rate it a little bit higher. I loved it. You will not see a film that utilizes sound and silence as well as A Quiet Place does. John Krasinski, who directed it, deserves accolades for the work that he's delivered here, not only in terms of his performance. The direction of the film is amazing. He got so much out of that small cast. What a movie. It's definitely top 3 for me of the year so far. Right beside Annihilation and Ready Player One is, I think, my 3 favorites of 2018. We're off to a killer start to the year for movies. A Quiet Place, believe the hype. Go watch it if you did not see it. You don't even have to be a huge horror film to enjoy it. I'm not a huge horror nut. I like horror films if they're done well. Get Out was definitely probably the best horror film last year, so it was nice to see that get Academy Awards attention. Shocked still that it won an award. A Quiet Place is better than Get Out, just in terms of the writing, direction, the performances. My God, Krasinski is so good. I'm excited for that next movie he's making, some sci-fi thing. Wow. Believe the hype. A Quiet Place is awesome. Get it. The next review we have up on the site is for Truth or Dare, which opens today. Sean reviewed it on our site, and he gave it a 1.5 out of 5. I know you're shocked. It looked like it was going to be so good. Those stupid CGI grins, faces that they tried to do, it looks so stupid. I saw the trailer for it for the first time last weekend ahead of A Quiet Place, and I did not have any expectations. Apparently it doesn't live up to even the lowest of those, though, so skip it. Sean talks a little about how Blumhouse has been on a roll, and they certainly have. They did last year's Get Out, which is an Academy Award-winning movie. They've had other hits with like Happy Death Day and the very underrated Split, which is so good. Watch Split. But no, do not watch Truth or Dare. Skip that one. 1.5 out of 5. Looks like hot trash, but you probably do that. Next up, comic picks. As always, check out our comic book polls every Wednesday when Scott puts them out on the site. He has such a good variety of polls for people that love superhero stuff, indies, whatever. The top pick this week that I'll steal from his top 5 pulls is Animosity Evolution, issue 5. Marguerite Bennett, one of the best writers in the business today, just killing it with Animosity at Aftershock Comics. If you've not read this series before, you're missing out on one of the best series being published today. I think when the main series came out a year or two ago, it was my favorite comic series of the year. It continues to be amazing. This side series, Evolution, is just as good. Definitely check it out. It has a really cool kind of film noir vibe to it. Animosity Evolution. Get it. In terms of news this week, my favorite bit of news for the week was the new Solo: A Star Wars Story trailer. My God. It came out right at the start of the week. I wrote a news piece on it saying it's the best Star Wars preview in franchise history. I stand by that. It definitely pays homage to the classics, more so than like The Last Jedi did, which is a hugely just divisive film among the fan base. I've learned to appreciate The Last Jedi a lot more since it hit Blu-ray. I've rewatched it, and I don't have nearly as many problems with it this time around. I think that Rian Johnson is doing the right things by moving the franchise forward, by just letting the past die and just moving onward and upward. A lot of people have problems with that. That's okay. We'll have movies like Solo: A Star Wars Story, which is definitely greatest hits, or the prequel to the greatest hits. It's got everything you love and what you want to see. It definitely looks more in line with Rogue One, which is one of the best Star Wars movies ever made, if not the best. I love Rogue One so much. Solo looks great. Everything in the trailer. They actually gave Alden Heidenreich some lines this time, which is nice because everyone was worried that he was just going to blow it for everybody. Let's give him a shot. I know he had issues. I know this production had a lot of issues with the director switch, just all kinds of mess going on behind the scenes. This trailer looked great, though. The moments with Chewie doing the Chewbacca slam on a dude's face, so good. To the very end when Chewie's falling out of the train and Han's trying to grab his hand and pull him in. Awesome. Solo: A Star Wars Story. Get hyped for that one. I don't care what anyone says. May 25th. Let's all go see it. Let's have a good time. God, I hope that one does not suck. I hope the production issues did not really tarnish it, because I sense there's a good movie in there from the previews, which is, it's just a preview. It could suck still, but I think the trailer they released this week is awesome. They could not have done a better job putting out a Solo trailer right now. So good. Donald Glover as Lando had the best line of the trailer. Amazing. I'm hyped for that one. I really am. The next bit of news we'll talk about is Fear the Walking Dead, which premieres season 4 this Sunday after the season 8 finale of The Walking Dead. I just want to say that I think it's silly how they're promoting the 4th season of Fear the Walking Dead. Is now it's good. That's the big thing, is like, now you can watch Fear the Walking Dead. Now it's good. It's just asinine to me. Fear the Walking Dead has been great for a while now. It got really good halfway through season 2. Season 3 was amazing. The last year and a half of Fear the Walking Dead has been better than the flagship show. I hate to tell fans that, but it's true. Fear the Walking Dead is a better show. The acting is better. The writing is stronger. Everything about it. Even the production is better. I don't know what the hell is going on with The Walking Dead. It looks like it's become cheaper this year, and I don't quite understand that. But Fear the Walking Dead, I'm a little bit worried. They pulled over Scott Gimple, who was the executive producer for The Walking Dead, and now he's overseeing Fear the Walking Dead a little bit more closely, which worries me. Gimple came in around season 4 of Walking Dead. He's been hit or miss, I think, since they got rid of Glenn Mazzara. He's done some great things. He's done some not so great things. I don't think Fear the Walking Dead needed such a drastic change. From them bringing in Morgan, who is a main character on the Walking Dead show. They're pulling him over onto Fear the Walking Dead, and Fear the Walking Dead looks like it's taking place after the events of The Walking Dead Season 8, the All-Out War storyline. So there's a huge time jump there, because Fear the Walking Dead was taking place at least months before the events of The Walking Dead chronologically, I think, the way they had it. Now they're like the same. They're bringing them together. They're trying to just turn Fear the Walking Dead into The Walking Dead, and I don't know if I want that to happen. I do like the other cast members they brought in, though, like Garrett Dillahunt from Deadwood. He's such a great performer. He even campaigned to play the part of Negan at one point before Jeffrey Dean Morgan took that part. I think Garrett joining is an amazing move for Fear the Walking Dead. His character looks badass. He's got like a gunslinger type vibe to him. So that's something to look forward to. I'm not looking forward to the behind the scenes stuff with Fear. I don't appreciate the marketing that they're using by saying now it's good. It's been good for a while, guys. Let's not pretend Walking Dead is the king of zombie television. Fear the Walking Dead took that crown last year, as far as I'm concerned, with a stellar third season that was just mind-blowingly good, and it seems like they're just scrapping what they were doing then, so that's a little frustrating, but I guess we'll see what happens when The Walking Dead wraps up its main season and Morgan joins the cast of Fear this Sunday on AMC. Fingers crossed it doesn't, the lines aren't too blurred, so the show has just become one giant show, which is just a shame. It was nice to see something different. But that's all I got for you this week on our first episode. Check out foxforce5news.com for reviews, features, comic pulls, whatever else we got on there. I have a great team of writers working every week to deliver the goods. I'm going to continue this series of little recap videos every Friday if I have the time. So drop us a like, spread the word, come check us out. Peace.